Once you get to a certain level in the game, you realize that making more money isn't the entire equation, and you can actually be building the wrong business and climbing the wrong ladder and achieving the wrong things. In this video, I want to talk to you about how to actually build a business that you like, okay? And this is sort of for the more seasoned entrepreneurs that have maybe succeeded a couple times around, maybe made their first couple of $1 million. I'm gonna close the blind here. And, they're kind of like me a couple years ago, and in the fact that they'd made a lot of money and they were just a little disillusioned with whether they actually liked what they were doing. And I'm going to specifically reference a one-to-one Kaizen Mastermind client of mine, and the link's in the description to learn more about this. And I'm not going to use their name; they've asked to stay private. Month one, we spent $6,000 on their new funnel, brought zero back. So let me say this: they were doing $20,000 to $30,000 a month organically, 100% profit, great business, and they wanted to get to six-figure months. We got there within 3 months. The first month we spent $6,000, brought nothing back, got a lot of data. The next month we spent like $8,000 or $9,000, brought back like $12,000 or $15,000. By month 3, we spent $15,000, brought back $65,000. If you add on top of that his organic from his platform, his YouTube, he was at a 7-figure level. And he messaged me, and we hopped on a call, and he said, dude, like, I just don't even know that this is the business that I actually want to build. Like, I feel like I'm in the wrong vehicle. I feel like now that I've gotten here, now that you've given me the code on how to launch an offer and how to actually make it succeed, because, what I really do with my clients is I help them understand how to copyright and how to actually position and frame businesses, because information coaching, it's pretty much 100% the beliefs that you get somebody to think before they even buy. And so he understands that, and he understands how to launch any offer. He's like, I don't even know that I'm in the right niche. And then I had another client of mine. This is becoming like a pattern. Like, once they see how to launch businesses, how to run advertising, get booked calls, get people framed, get people to buy. Like today, we've got 9 calls on the calendar actually. About $80 per call on a $5,800 offer. This is my other business, okay? And I'm very mission-driven about that business. I like it a lot. I like the leader that I have running the program. I don't do any of the coaching. I just pretty much do the marketing, and it's a 70-30 profit split, 70 me, 30 him, okay? And I like that business a lot, and I really have the code on like how to launch offers. You know what I mean? I've built 3 businesses to 6 figures a month, and I'm saying all these numbers just to build up my authority a little bit, and just so that you can appreciate the the weight of what I'm saying, which is like, you got to build the right business, okay? So when you're designing a business, I told a client of mine this recently, and it really helped him a lot. And his name's Andrew. He's a great client. I really like Andrew a lot. And he can be doing about $50,000 a month, and he's wanting to get to about $250,000 a month. And we started to crack the code, and he started to feel the same way. He was like, is this even the right ladder? Like, now that I can like scale anything, now that I feel like I can literally grow any offer I want in any niche and any vertical, am I even growing the right one? And so I told him, you need to start with 2 things. You need to start with the core problem in your market. So is there a way that I can show this with you? This is a framework that I talk to my clients a lot about. Whoops, give me 1 sec here. Okay, screen, I'm so sorry, please bear with me. Okay, so I use this framework a lot with my clients. I wasn't planning on bringing this up in the video, but I bring this up a lot. And so this is a good place to start. So belief engineering, I talk about this on my channel a lot. What's the macro trend or mass consensus that's like a painful mass consensus in your marketplace, right? So like in my other company, we really kind of play on just economic fears basically primarily, but there's more to it. But the economy is changing. You need to learn skills that make you money, and you need to basically do. And I believe in that wholeheartedly. And then by calling them out in your advertising or your marketing, you get prospects' opinions and desires. You throw rocks at the old way that they're trying to use to fix it, which for us is like other business models online that are common, or getting a good job. Like, even a good job isn't good enough. Belief 2, new, relevant, easier way, which is offer connecting, which is what we teach. Belief 3, formative offer, which is our academy, our program, our training company, and then we get sales, right? So why am I saying this? It's because once you understand this, you can genuinely launch any offer into any market, okay? And this is what I work with my clients. So I just wanted to bring that up just so you understand, like, this is what I work on. So we launch funnels around that, usually DM ads funnels, or like call funnels, or even long-form webinar funnels. Do a lot of different stuff, okay? And we usually do that. And every client, it's a very consistent pattern, so that's why I'm making this video. Anyway, I feel like I'm not getting to the point. I'm sorry. The point is, here's how you build businesses that you actually like. Start with a problem, start with a mass consensus, get the belief style in. What do I need people to believe? What do I need them to think in order to buy my thing? Once you can work backwards from that, you can launch any offer, but you start with the problem, and then you start with what you want your life to look like. and the sorts of relationships that you want to have. Okay? Are you attracting clients that you would hang out with? That's a great question. Or are you attracting clients that you just don't like? Like, if you don't like your clients, that's a problem. And that's actually a part of why I've had to pivot a couple times, is because I was just building businesses just to make money. And then I would always get a little burnt out. And it's because and in some of these instances, I wouldn't personally enjoy just hanging out with my clients, even if they weren't clients. Like, are these people that, in a different instance, like if our life paths crossed, we'd be buddies, we'd be friends. I'd invite them to my home over for dinner. I'd get to know their family. Our kids would get along. Like, you know what I mean? And if that's not there, then there's something fundamentally wrong. So that's a great question. Another question is, what do you want your life to feel like? What do you want life to look like? Like, how do you want to live? You know what I mean? What sorts of things do you want to do? What do you want your days to look like? And really consider these things, you know? And you can bake these things into your business model. Like, I work very minimally, extremely minimally. I work on things that I enjoy. I make content here, which attracts me one-on-one high-level clients, people that are wanting to get to 100 to 500 grand a month with their businesses. And then I run another business that is it's really a passion project, and it's extremely profitable. You know, I'm thinking today will probably be, I mean, it's the beginning of the day. It's 9 a.m., so we haven't conducted a call yet. But with 9 calls on the calendar, 80% show-up rate, 30% close rate, $5,800 offer, needs to be a good day. And we've had many like it. Just 2 days ago, we had a $12,800 day with that business, right? So it's a great business, okay? And so, anyway, I work on things that I'm good at. So the content's one thing that I'm good at. I'm good at copywriting and funnel building and marketing and getting people to believe in what's necessary in order to buy a thing, which is basically what marketing is, right? You're not selling them your offer. You're selling them a belief in certain things, belief in the opportunity, belief, an understanding of where our world is at that makes the opportunity work, things that are in their world that are pains that spark them to action, and then you happen to have an offering that can help install that mechanism or that opportunity, right? And I'm very passionate about that. I enjoy that stuff. I love human psychology. I love persuasion. That's the stuff that like really lights me up, right? And so I get to work on the things that I'm excited about, and I enjoy my work. And because I enjoy it, I end up making a lot more money. A couple weeks ago, I had my first $50,000 profit day, and that would not have happened. You know, I mean, my best week before that was $100,000 in a week, which is great, but a 50 grand day to me feels better than a $100,000 week for some reason. Even though it's less money, it still like feels better because it's like one day. And there's something really cool about that. And it's because I'm working on the things that I'm really good at, that I really enjoy, and I've designed my business. Once I had my kid, it really kind of forced me to not rely purely on muscle and hustle, and it forced me to rely on wit, right? And really design something that's very sustainable that I enjoy, okay? And so start with a market problem, okay? And just get good at copywriting. Get good at marketing and persuasion and psychology and framing and positioning and understanding why people buy things. You can literally build any business if you just understand belief engineering. If you understand how to get people to believe in what's necessary to then make the sale happen, right? So you have to build a business that you like. If you don't like it, there's something wrong. And when I say you like it, I mean really no amount of money. Maybe not true. I think you can get paid enough that will offset this, but no amount of money, let's just say it like this, no amount of money will fix having relationships within the business, team or client relationships that you don't enjoy. You know, so build businesses that move you towards the sorts of relationships you'd like to have, okay? And build businesses that solve problems that you're excited to solve. So problems that you're excited to solve and relationships that you're excited to have. Those are two great filters to run the next version of your business through when you're starting to design it and starting to build it. Okay, I'm done with this video. I literally just turned the camera on, and I didn't have a lot of thoughts prepared, so kind of a just stream of consciousness, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Pick problems that you're excited to solve and build businesses that create relationships that you're excited to have, and then you will make infinitely more money with infinitely less work and have way more fun. And you will, and I'm a walking case study of that. You know, there's like V1 and V2 of Trey. V1 was making a ton of money, don't get me wrong. But on some level, every day I walked around with this just like, man, I just feel like this isn't it. Like, I'm not happy. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I sacrificed for. I'd have all this money in the bank, and then I'd like look at myself and be like, this isn't it. Like, am I really working this hard for this? Like, and what was missing were, I wasn't solving problems that I was really that excited about, or maybe I was, but I was getting clients or team relationships that I wasn't fulfilled with. It was one of the two, right? And so it takes a lot of self-awareness in taking the time to really think it through. So like my client who spent 15 grand on ads, brought back 60 grand his third month, right? He's like, yo, I actually want to build a different business. I'm like, cool. Like, let's talk about that. And then all my clients, he's like starting to crack it. And he's like, I think I want to build a different business. Like once you understand the process, you got to walk people down from stranger to buyer, and you see how that's so widely applicable in any market. It doesn't matter the market. Like, it literally doesn't matter. You can sell anything to anybody if you understand the basics, right? And that's really what my one-on-one is all about. It's just, transferring that and then helping them build sales teams and coaching organizations around it. And gotten a handful of people to $1 million months, a bunch of people to six-figure months, handful of people $500,000 a month, and it's all just kind of the same stuff over and over again. So, yeah. Cool. Thanks for watching. I hope that this was helpful.